Hi, my name's Steve. I'm going to be going over a review of me and my girlfriend's trip to Isla Mujeres. I'm doing this so that you guys can decide after watching this, or maybe this will help you decide after watching this, whether or not you want to take the trip. So me and my girlfriend went to Cancun. We stayed at Breathless Riviera in Cancun, the Breathless Resort, and she had been wanting to go to this Isla Mujeres for quite some time. She never had gone, so it was one of her things on her to-do list that she wanted to do, and so we made sure we picked out a day to do it. Now, we didn't make plans for it until we got there, so we were trying to figure out which day to go. We ended up going on a Saturday. We picked that day due to, number one, the first day or two we were kind of busy. The other day we wanted to go, the times didn't work out, and we thought doing it Saturday from, I believe we were supposed to leave at almost 11 and be back at 4:30 is what we were told. So we scheduled it on Saturday, which I now regret. I wished I would have did it on like a Wednesday or a Thursday or a Monday or something like that, because we missed out on some things at the resort that was a little more fun for the weekend on Friday, Saturday. So I do regret scheduling it on Saturday, but that's our fault. Live and you learn. So going forward, we would definitely not do it on a Friday or a Saturday, but that's our opinion. So anyway, we made the decision to go on Saturday, but we were also having to do our COVID tests, because many of you know, in order to get back into the States, you got to do a COVID test. It's got to come back negative in order to get back to the States. We ended up pushing that off and decided we could do it Saturday. We were going to do it before we left on Saturday, but then whenever it came time to go, they told us that we can't do it that early. We can't do the COVID test that early, that we would have to do it later on that evening. And they said, you'll be back by 4:30, so no big deal. So we said, okay, fine, we'll just do it when we get back at 4:30. So we had made the agreement to go on Saturday, knowing that we could be back at 4:30 and we could get our COVID test done on Saturday, and that was the plan. So we got up Saturday morning, got ready to go, got on our transport, and then we'll go ahead and start with the review. Okay, so Isla Mujeres. Just so everyone's aware, this is my first trip out of the country, first trip on all-inclusive, so this is first time doing anything like a trip like this. As you can see, we got on our transport. It was about a 40-minute ride, which got me a little suspicious on how long we were going to be gone, but I said, okay, we'll be back by 4:30, don't worry about it. Got to our place, got lined up, and showed them our tickets to get in. We stood in line to get on our boat. It's not that bad when you get there. It's not like it's a long wait or anything. It's not really that big of a deal. They just get you set up. Now, we rode over there with one other couple in our transport from our resort. We ended up getting split up from them. I'm not really sure why, but we ended up getting on a boat with a family, which, if any of you that know me and Michelle, we don't do well around children when we're drinking, but it's all good. We behaved ourselves. Boat 16, that was the boat we got assigned to. They were a good group of people, nice people. Obviously, when you get on, you got to take your shoes off. Anytime you're on a boat like that, they shoes off, you know, it's kind of normal. So we just put our shoes in our bag. All right, this is us taking off. Pretty good time of the day. That's Carlos. He's not our captain or anything, but the tour guide or whatever you want to call him. He's the one that kind of stands in front and gives directions. I remember making a comment to Michelle, like, it's like he's made for this part. He's very animated. Seems like he's very good for family settings. But yeah, So he went there. There's Michelle. Water, obviously what you would expect. Beautiful water. Nice ride. A little music in the background. Serving you drinks. If you're going snorkeling, you can't drink till after you go snorkeling. If you're not going snorkeling, you can drink right away. If you are going snorkeling, they'll serve you like water or Kool-Aid or lemonade or whatever. Tea, I'm not really sure. I don't know. I didn't go snorkeling, so I started drinking. Alright, this is where we're going to hook up and go snorkeling. So the guy's got to hook something in the water there to keep us still, so we don't float away from the people out there snorkeling. He had to try a few times to get going, so kind of entertaining, but he was having fun with it. Get it? Yeah, he got it. There we go. As I was saying, me and Michelle, neither one of us went snorkeling, so we just started drinking. We went snorkeling before, neither one of us really enjoy it. We're not good at it, we just don't want to do it, we'd rather drink. So sometimes they'll come out there and ask what you want and bring it to you, but if not, you can get up and go get your own drink. Not that you're making your own drink, somebody will be down there, but you can go down there and tell them what you want and they'll make you a drink. You can take it back to where you're sitting. That's where they were all pointing right there. That's where they were all snorkeling. Yep. Just a little heads up when you're walking around the boat. I mean, this should be common sense, but just a reminder, you know, you got to hold on to some stuff there. Obviously, nobody wants to go flying off the side of a boat. Gets a little wavy, but it's not really that big a deal. There's plenty of stuff to hold on to. You can see here Carlos following the kid around. He may have had to go to the restroom or whatever. Having kids on the boat, you know, adds a little extra responsibility for the people on there. Make sure the kids don't fall or whatever. There's me coming back with a drink. Yeah, beautiful water. Shell on her phone. Probably looking at Snapchat. Like I said, this is where we stopped to swim before we got to the island. They anchored up again. And then Michelle jumps in without a life vest. They're crazy. Okay, made it to the island. They say it's about an hour trip. I really didn't pay attention to the time. They say it's about an hour trip. But we had made a couple of stops, so it might have been longer than that. It probably was. I think it's an hour trip without the stops. So with a couple of stops, you're probably looking an hour and 45 minutes or so. Oh, and by the way, they had already told us that we would be, first thing they told us it would be 4:20 when we board the boats to get back. Made some jokes about that, which was funny. But obviously we knew when he said 4:20 when we got back on the boat to go back, we knew we wasn't going to be back at 4:30. Then he came back and said it was going to be 4:50. So 10 minutes till 5 before we even get back on the boat, with an hour trip plus another 40-minute ride back to the resort. So we knew we were in trouble as far as when we were going to get back. What are you going to do? We're on the trip. We're pretty much stuck there. So anyway, we get off the boat here. Carlos gets us together, gives us some instructions on where to go, some advice, when to meet back, and what to go do about that. You get off the boat, you get off the pier, there's a place there to get drinks or whatever and shop. It's kind of a more, I don't know, Americanized store, I guess. Kind of remind me of a truck stop, but whatever. So then you walk out of there and you get into the main city part. This is where you see a little bit more of what Mexico's like, I think. I'm sure it's a lot more than this, but this is more of it than I'd seen previously as far as the resorts and things like that. So, stores everywhere, right? I mean, wall, door to door to door to door stores. So the prices, in my opinion, are about average. It might be a little low. It's not like you're getting huge steals there. It's not like you're getting $100 items for $10 or something. But you're getting fair prices. There's lots of stuff to shop. Any type of gifts or anything like that, it's a really good trip to take and find gifts to bring back to friends or family or whatever. Michelle, she got excited and seemed like she wanted to buy everything, but whatever. Just so you're aware also, it's not a problem. I'm not complaining, but be aware that pretty much every store you're going to go to, they're going to say, hey, come on in, hey, we got you. Hey, and they're going to do every little thing to hook you in. You have to know how to say no thank you, no gracias, however you want to say it, a lot while you're out there walking around. They had kind of told us to go to one end of the island and back or something like that. They advised us not to get the scooters. I agree, I probably wouldn't get the scooters, but I think some people might want to. I didn't want one. I wanted to walk around. I didn't want to drive past a bunch of stuff. I'd never been there before, so I wanted to walk around and see it on foot. I was saying before, almost anything you can think of to buy. Hats, shorts, clothes, t-shirts, shot glasses, tequila. There's so much tequila there. Once again though, you're paying like American price almost. It's not like you're getting a huge cheap deal or something. So don't expect to think you're going to go there and find some really great deals. They're not terrible. It's not bad price, but okay, this is that main place I told you about. When you first get off the pier, this is right on the beach. Nice place. You can buy food there. You can buy drinks there. Once again, you're paying. You're not getting stuff dirt cheap. You're paying full American price on that. We got there really early. We were told we were going to get back on the boat at 4:50. I think we were there probably around 3 something, quarter after 3 or something like that. It's not that we were bored or anything. We were just done shopping and we decided to go back to the beach area, get a drink and kind of hang out on the beach, maybe get in the water and do whatever we wanted to do there. They got some swings in front of the bar. There's a few places I've seen down there like that. It's pretty cool. I like that. Definitely an idea for bars, outside bars. There might be more places that have them. I don't see them. But they had a few places while we were on this trip between Cancun at the Brussels Resort. They got a bar over there with swings at it. And then, of course, here he is making his pina colada. It was like $7 or $8 or something like that a piece. Michelle bought so many things she forgot where all she spent her money at. She was happy with what she got though, so. I know I spent.
What else have I had?
I don't know, because I spent the money on the Crocs and I spent the money on the drinks. I know you spent money on the sunglasses and the mask. That's all I know about. And then did you pay cash on either one of those other places that you bought stuff? Or did you use card both times? You could have did that there. No matter. Yeah, so on the beach they will have people walking up to you trying to sell you fruit, little gifts and stuff like that. It's really not that, it's not annoying. It's fine. You tell them no and they go away. It's not like they hound you. They will come back again. It's like they forget they asked you. It's fine. It's like they take their rounds or something. There's the beach at the piers. This is where we were told to wait when we were ready to wait. That little bed or whatever was reserved for our group. And so there's like a outside bed on the beach. You just kind of hang out and chill. Michelle got in the water. They had a little swing with Isla Mujeres above it. Michelle got in and swing in. Lots of people hanging out right here. There were beaches down a ways from us, a little ways that looked a little more open. I don't know if they're just for people that are staying in Isla Mujeres or if we could have went down there. I don't know. This beach was pretty packed full. It wasn't so packed that it was bad, but I definitely would have liked to have seen a bigger part of the beach. They had a lot of other boats coming into this same part, and as you see, there's a pier on the left and a pier on the right. We came in, landed on the pier on the left. That's where we came in at. Or on the right if you're looking from the water as we came in, but on the left as you're looking in this video. Coming to find out later on, we were going to leave on the pier on the right. We didn't know that. Nobody told us that. Yeah, we hung around on this beach for all the way from like whatever it was, 3:15, all the way till time to go. It was getting close to time to go, and we had seen Carlos. He acknowledged we were there. He handed us a review or whatever to do to see how the trip was, what can be done better. So we filled that out. He marked us as if we're on the boat. Okay, we were handed that review on the beach. We did it on the beach. Michelle had made the comment. She didn't really like him marking us off as like marked, good to go, because we weren't on a boat yet. But we did it because that's what he told us to do. I don't know if that's normal or not. We just kind of followed the lead of Carlos. He walked around. There was some other parts of our group that kind of started to show up in our same little area. We all kind of hung out on the beach, ready to go. I was bound and determined to make sure I was there in plenty of time, make sure to let them know I'm here so that I don't get left, you know. They had boats from other companies, and I'm not sure what the other companies were or how you contact them or whatever, but some of the boats would come in with I don't know how many people on them. There'd be like, it seemed like 50 people on one boat. It'd be a big boat, but there's a lot of people on there, and it seemed like the party atmosphere was a little more fun. Ours was more kind of relaxing, so if that's what you're looking for. I don't know. It was fine. I think I was in the mood for more of a party atmosphere. I know I'm old and all, but not that I'm upset about the relaxing part, but if I would have preferred, I would have rather had the party atmosphere. Relaxing's good too. Okay, here we are on the pier waiting to get on our boat. Now, if you remember correctly, we were on the left pier facing from the beach, or on the left pier where we came in at. We had seen Carlos. He said we may get on the boat. I didn't know if that meant he wasn't sure yet or telling us to get on a boat, but we went in the same direction as the rest of our group, but we went ahead and walked up on this pier, and then next thing you know, they were gone. I'll talk more about that at the end. So we ended up getting on a different boat, made the best out of it, had a different group, still relaxing, good group of people though, and rode back, had some more drinks. At some point, one of the younger guys behind Michelle tried to step down and stepped on her hand, or stepped on her foot, and bruised it up pretty good. There's the water again. The water, like I said before, is beautiful out there. It is a nice trip. It will be all day though. You pretty much cash your whole day in when you go. Like if you're staying at a resort like we did, we were there, whatever, 6 days, 5 nights. We pretty much knocked one of those days out by going on a Saturday. And I believe, in my opinion, I would not do it on a Saturday again. You're watching this video, you might choose to. I wouldn't do it on a Saturday again. I would do it on a Wednesday or a Thursday or something like that. Monday, Tuesday, something like that, during the weekday. Okay, so to end the video, overall review of the trip. It's a good trip. For as far as Isla Mujeres is, pretty neat place, great place to go for shopping, souvenirs, things like that. The water's great if you like snorkeling. They got some really good spots to snorkel. The food they fed us was decent. It was very light. They didn't fill you up with full stuff, you know. They didn't give you very much, but because you're going to be on all day, so make sure you plan on getting ready to eat when you get back, because you're going to be dinner time when you get back, and you're only eating once while you're gone on this Cancun Adventures trip. I can't speak for other companies, but we were with Cancun Adventures. They fed us lunch, drinks, and that was it, and that's fine. We would have left the island at 4:50, which would have put us back in order to get on our transport by what, 5:50, on a transport by 6, back at the hotel by 6:45 or so, is probably what would have happened if everything went right. One problem: everything didn't go right. So just to clarify and elaborate on what really happened there at the end. We went on the trip. We were told specifically by the AM people that we would be back at 4:30. Michelle got told that. I was on the phone while they told her that. I heard them say that. That's the reason we picked it. We did what we did and even told them we had not done our COVID test yet. And they said that'd be fine. You'd be back by 4:30. They had to know we weren't going to be back by 4:30. But anyway, having said that, we wouldn't have been back till like, what'd I say, 6:45? That's what time we would have got back if everything went right, which would have been too late. We wouldn't have been able to take our COVID test, which we did not. So we ended up, what happened was we were on the beach, ready to go. Carlos said, we may get on the boat. Like I said, I wasn't sure if that meant he's going to go find out, he's going to let us know, or what. But we got up and kind of got ready. And the rest of our group kind of moved toward the left where the pier that we came in on was. There was a boat, a Cancun Adventures boat up there. So we went ahead and walked up on the pier. We'd figure, well, they got to come by us, so we're safe up here, you know. And she was on the phone, as you've seen in the video, talking to her mom. We're kind of waiting around. Next thing you know, we look around, and our party, our group, is gone. We don't know where they're at. I look out on the water, and I see them from a distance, leaving from the other pier, heading off in the water. So, of course, we panic a little bit. We talked to the one Cancun Adventure boat that is there. He didn't really understand English too well. He was the captain. He didn't really speak English, so he called his supervisor. Supervisor showed up. Nice guy. I wish I'd remember his name. If you do watch this video and you remember this situation, thanks. You were a lot of help. I know we were pretty upset at the time, and we were coming off pretty aggressive because we were upset, and you handled it great. So thank you for that. Just a little side note also, before we left to go on the island, Carlos got Michelle's phone number. In the event that we weren't on the boat or whatever, he was going to call it. Well, she had her phone. She's literally on it and never got a phone call. So that is what it is. So anyway, we're left there with no way to get back. We talked to the other boat. The other supervisor works it out where we can get on that boat. Problem is that boat ain't leaving until 6:30. So that's a whole nother hour and a half before we even leave the resort or leave the island. So sure enough, at 6:30, we get it back on the boat. Having said that, so that's another hour and a half, by the way, and we're thirsty and this and that. While we're there, we're still paying full prices for drinks. Whenever I could have been back at the resort getting the drinks that I'd already paid for in the package, right? But whatever. So we finally get on that boat, we get back, and of course I'd made it pretty clear that I'd like to make sure my ride, my transport is waiting for me when I got there. I don't want to get back there after already being this late, thinking I'm going to be back at 4:30. It's now 8 o'clock by the time I get back to get to my transport. And, right, 6:30, no, it was after 8 when we got back. So it was about 7:30 when I got back to get ready to go to my transport. So it was after 8 before we got back to the resort. The transport was waiting on me. That did happen good. Great. Got back to the resort. It was after 8 o'clock at night. We're hungry. You know, we go to try to get dinner. I think we settled in on, what did we get that night? Mexican? I can't remember. Anyway, of course there was a wait. So when we go to get dinner, there was a wait. But if we would have been back in time, we would have been able to enjoy the beach party that was going on where they were grilling out. That looked like a lot of fun. It looked like half the resort was out there having a good time, eating good food. But by the time we got back, it was winding down, you know, or it seemed like it was winding down. So we went ahead and ate somewhere else. So of course now the biggest problem we're facing is our COVID test. We leave Monday morning to come back home. And we were supposed to do our COVID test Saturday evening after 4:30. Since that didn't happen, we thought we'd do it on Sunday. So we go down there on Sunday to do it, and they say, oh no, can't do it today. What time do you leave tomorrow? We told them what time we leave tomorrow. Oh, that's too early. We can't do it at all for you now. Then they started telling us that we got to pay extra for the mistake. We got to pay extra to get the COVID test done. They can do it off hours or whatever, but they got to charge us. I don't really feel like that was our responsibility to have to pay anything extra, because they told us we were going to be back at 4:30. We got into this big heated argument in the middle of the lobby with the AM people about whether or not they told us it was 4:30. They did. They told us it was 4:30 we would be back. That's the whole reason. Then they said, well, we wouldn't even have sent you if we know you didn't have your COVID test. We told you we didn't have our COVID test. We had this conversation. Whatever. So now they won't be able to do our COVID test. We don't know how we're going to get home, because we can't get on there supposedly without a COVID test. And we dealt with that. The woman up front that worked for the resort, she was really patient with us. She found an option for us to be able to do our COVID test at the airport. So those of you that wonder, they do have a place at the airport in Cancun that you can do your COVID test. It's only like 15 bucks or 20 bucks. It's under $20, I know that. To do your COVID test, it's a rapid test. You get your results in like 15-20 minutes. So in the event something goes wrong, there is an option to do that, so don't panic. So the airport was going to do ours instead. We went back and forth on who was going to pay for it. And it wasn't that, you know, we didn't have the money, obviously. It was only a few bucks, but it's the point. They told us that. They put us in this situation, and we got left, and nobody wants to care enough to pay for our $15 COVID test. Fine, we paid for it ourselves. So we got up the next morning, got on the plane, and was flying back, and the whole time from Cancun, Mexico, all the way back home, nobody asked for our COVID test result. Not once. I don't know why we had to have it. I mean, I'm sure on paper it says you got to have it, but I can't speak for everybody else, but we never got asked for ours. I ended up coming home with it. I don't even know where it's at now, but nobody asked for it, neither one of ours. Both of us walked through all of that, customs and everything else, without them looking at our bags, without asking for our COVID results, none of that. Just came right back in. So anyway, having said that, obviously we both come up negative, so it's not like we were worried about it. But there you go. So overall review and opinion of the trip. Obviously we're upset that we got left, and we're upset that we got lied to about being back at 4:30. Having said that, the trip is fine. I wouldn't go again, but not because of the trip. I just wouldn't go again because now I've went. If you've never went, it's a pretty cool place, and it is a good place to find souvenirs. Our scale of 1 to 10, the fact that we got left and lied to, pretty bad, like 5, 4, I don't know. But if you take those things out, which is not going to happen to most of you probably aren't going to get lied to. Hopefully the argument and fuss we put up, I hope they change doing that. And number 2, I'm sure that people getting left does not happen very often. So you take those 2 things out, it's a decent trip. I rank probably about out of 10, 8. Give it about an 8. You know, our experience was different. We don't think that's going to happen to everyone. Now that we've went though, thinking about it, my opinion of it is this. whatever it was, 6 days, 5 nights at this resort. This trip is going to eat up your entire day, pretty much, because you can't do a whole lot beforehand, and you're going to get back in time for dinner. You're going to eat dinner, and by that time you're going to be exhausted. Now, some of you might have more energy than me. You might still do something, but your day for sure is ate up by this. So if I get 6 days or 5 days or whatever, especially if you got less than that, you're going to spend one day going to an island that's pretty much just going to be shopping and a beach. You know, knowing that now, I probably wouldn't do it again, especially the same place. Would I go to a different place? Maybe. I'd probably maybe consider a different place. But at least now I understand that you're going to this place to you're going to shop and hang out on a beach, but you're going to pay for drinks, you're going to pay for food. You know, I wished I wouldn't have gone. If I did go, I definitely went during the week. But at least I understand that you're taking up a whole day. So, not a bad trip. Several of the people we ran into were nice people. But there you go. So, use your own judgment, and I hope this review helps you decide whether or not you want to take the trip.